Growing Pains was way after.
Really?
It's the 27th song we wrote in November last year.
November?
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. We're doing the lyric breakdown of Growing Pains. A surprise single. Were you surprised? Yeah, I'm still surprised. I have no idea what's going on. Ever. I'm Alana. I'm Alistair. And we're You Problem. We are You. Indeed. Problem.
I'm Alana.
I'm Alistair.
And we are
You Problem.
We're here to tell you a little bit about our song Growing Pains that has just come out. We dropped it as a surprise double single for our last release, Drunk. So they flow into each other.
Watch the music video because that will have them flowing together.
Yeah, and it'll show them flowing together. And I'm telling you, this music video, I've never been more proud of something in my life. I think it's going to look sick. So we're going to talk a little bit about Growing Pains and why we wrote it, and we're going to break down the lyrics. They didn't become Drunk and Growing Pains until we decided to release them. And I was like, oh, I really like Growing Pains. And I also was like, I don't think it feels like a single, so why don't we make it a B-side and have it transition into each other?
And I also think it is sick. So
I do think it's
it wasn't
sick.
like I don't like this one, let's make it a B-side. It was like I think Drunk is the single.
Yeah.
And I think they pair nicely together. So it was like, let's put them together. They match the vibes.
Actually, doing the music videos has really made me feel like they really are the same kind of vibe. It's really just like in your head kind of thing. And I feel like the way that the music video frames the two different concepts and puts them together is really nice. Anyway, so Growing Pains, I like to describe it as like a train of thought of what you're thinking when you go through a big point of change.
Another song with like a really good title. Like that's what that is.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. It was very nice. I think this was one where we decided on the title and then like I actually stuck to it. But it was just like I wanted to get that concept of like moving on from painful things but seeing them in a positive light. And I think that's what Growing Pains was for me. And like writing it that way, it was just all these little things that I was thinking about at that moment. Both our production and the lyrics worked really well together, I think, to create this muted and numb effect, which is what I felt when I wrote it. And I remember when we wrote it, it was just like, I wrote it in like no time at all. I just like word vomited the lyrics and you were like, I like that. That's cool. And then, yeah, that's how Growing Pains happened.
Felt like a dad just then. Like, I like that. I'm proud of you.
That's kind of what the song's about for me. What's it about for you?
I'm not really sure. I feel like this is actually a song that I haven't really processed lyrically.
This song is very personal to me.
Really growing pain on you.
Yeah, it really growing pain on me. So I hope other people find some part where they can relate to it too. But how about we like just analyze the lyrics then? I think I might hate it all. Can't lift my feet off the floor.
It's got that different rhythm.
Okay, I'm just gonna
that
talk
note
it.
comes in earlier.
It's hard.
It's a weird rhythm.
Yeah,
we
it
spent
is really
ages
weird.
on it because I was like, this is going to be so much cooler.
He's a drummer, so he gets it, but I'm not a drummer, so I was like, what do you want me to do? And he was like this, and I was like,
It did take a while.
it took ages.
I think those things are weird because it's like it's not really a very big difference, but like feels massive to me.
Feels tiny to me.
Do you like?
It just feels kind of out of time,
Yeah.
but like in a way that adds to the whole like
I feel like
wooziness
it's
of it.
such a difference to me. I'm like, this is like, it sounds lame without it to me.
That's cool.
It's
Though.
like a
I like
really
that.
big difference.
I hope other
Yeah.
people will feel that difference.
Yeah,
too.
I hope that it was worth.
Yeah, I think so. I think I might hate it all. Can't lift my feet off the floor. Talking to friends is a chore. I think their boyfriends are boring.
I love that line actually.
Yeah, me too. When I wrote it, I was kind of like, is this too like...
People's boyfriends are boring. Just
They
fuck
are.
off.
I'm not like, fuck yeah, your boyfriend is sick. Like, he should join our group. We should all be
Actually,
friends.
I do have a boyfriend in my friend group that was just a boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah, Kevin. I love you, Kevin. Maybe I was wrong. Some boyfriends are sick. Kevin.
Go Kevin.
One of my favorite people in this world. Like honestly,
Really?
he's just such a like happy, like interested energy.
Oh, that's
Like
great.
like so interested in like what I have to say.
I
Sophie's a
love
G.
Sophie, yeah.
Kevin's a G.
Okay.
He's like the one boyfriend that's like, oh yeah, really cool.
I think I might hate it all, can't leave my feet off the floor. I was very numb and I just could not find joy in anything. I was like, wow, nothing is feeling good and I feel really numb and I don't, like, my feet feel heavy and I don't enjoy anything. This was coming off of a really long lockdown that Sydney had, which also, it wasn't just the breakup. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was like, depressing. It was a depressing lyric.
Speaking of, my single Sugarcake came out at the same time as this
Oh, really?
song. Yeah.
Okay, well, go stream Sugarcoat.
Please.
Daphne,
That's me. She's solo. She has songs as well. They're very cool.
I know our paths might be fraying in different directions. Holding on might be making it harder to change. At this point, after breaking up with my ex, and like also I was friends with a lot of his friends and they were the core of my friendship group. Well, in my heart. So I felt like, really dissatisfied with everything and I felt like I was diverging you know, like the end of rope phrase. I felt like, you know, we're all connected now, we're going our separate ways.
Yeah.
And like holding on to that rope was like getting in the way of me actually finding other friends and like making me be happy. But I think that was quite a good line. I really liked it.
I like how it doesn't rhyme. The relaxed change stands out really nicely.
I thought you could be the one. I gave you half of my whole. I've never felt this much hurt. Emotional power surge. I feel like in most of my relationships, I give them too much of myself. And then like when it ends, obviously, like I lose that. This was possibly the most painful breakup that I've ever been through. I felt like I put so much effort into this relationship just for it to mean nothing. And I was very like, and I also like, I did feel like he was the one, you know, I really love this guy. Anyway, emotional power surge, that it's what it kind of felt like.
Frying your circuits.
Yeah, kind of. It felt like this like wave of like, yeah. It's not our fault this won't work out the way that I wanted. I gave up, lost some blood, now my vision's distorted. I wanted to be alone and I wanted to figure out myself. So I think that line is kind of just describing that it's not either of our faults, and it shouldn't make us feel bad as people that the situation didn't work out. I gave up, lost some blood, now my vision's distorted. You know, I felt like I'd been through a battle. I also kind of felt like I lost it. You know, even though I was the one making the decision, I did at the point when I wrote this, I felt like I was the one who had given up. And I think I remember him saying that a lot, like, why would you give up on us? And I felt like that distorted my vision.
That's good.
Cool.
I like the lost some blood. That's really... I feel like I'm so, like, not a part of this lyric side of things for this one. Like, particularly...
particularly for this song,
yeah. No, normally it feels like different, but, like, this one feels, very much a you.
I think it is. This is very personal.
But it's I think it's really interesting because it's, like, it is, like, so clearly personal and, like, about your really specific situation. So much so that, like, I must have, like, recognized that because I, like, haven't really listened to the words. Because normally I check them. I'm like, oh, no, this could be better. We could tweak this. I don't think I even touched these. This is so your thing. I can't touch that, you know?
I think I remember when we wrote it, it was a short session. And you didn't like it because you didn't like the way you produced it because you did it in 4 hours. Chorus. Falling out faster than I ever knew. Lost my mind and losing all the company I'm so used to.
I love how that tops and tails that. Like, I think I've been listening to the melodies and rhythms and stuff, but not the words themselves.
Oh, right.
But, like, the ever new and the company I'm so used to. Like, it doesn't land in the same spot.
This whole song feels really like to me, and I feel like that's a part of it. In my head, that's me, you know, deciding to break up and then just immediately losing all these friends. Like, and I loved this friendship group so much. You guys know who you are. I don't know if any of them watch this.
They're not
but
watching. They're not watching.
Yeah, it was just like really crushing because like I spent 3 years of like actually becoming friends with these people. When I broke up with my ex, like a few of his friends messaged me and they were like, "Oh, we're so sorry to hear that you guys broke up. Like, we love you and we're gonna miss you." And then like I was also really surprised that some of them didn't, and I was more hurt by the ones that I thought I was really close with that didn't ever message me. Can't I have it the way it was? Totally in denial. I hate the fact that I'm better off on my own.
I love that. That's really good.
So that this whole bit is about like, even though it's painful and it hurt to like leave that situation, I was better off on my own, but I hated that, you know. I wasn't like, yeah, I'm better off my own. I was like, for fuck's sake. So if I make it out, I'll be looking back on your name as growing pains.
I love that as well.
Yeah, that is what the song's about. Going through any big point of change is like really difficult.
Results in good stuff.
And I always look back on it being like, this was a learning experience. I wouldn't be who I am if not for that 3-year relationship and if not for that terrible breakup and if not for feeling all those terrible emotions. Like, and I really like who I am now. Don't think that I can find love. I left my soul in your cuffs. Saw you were holding her hand. Surprised that I didn't care. I was really off love and I was like, I don't think I can find love. I want to be single for the rest of my life.
And that's where we are today.
Yeah, I'm still single. When lockdown started, we blocked each other for 3 months. And during that 3 months, he started seeing someone new. And he posted a story and I heard in the background a girl laugh. I was like, oh, I think he's seeing a new girl. And I just had no emotion about it. I was like, good for him. It was a big surprise to me that I didn't feel that bad about him seeing someone new. I know that time's meant to heal me in every wound, but I don't hurt in the way that I'm used to.
That's another good line. It's like very personal, painful lyrics. It's like Gracie Abrams type shit.
I wasn't sure that I could heal from it because I didn't feel like I was healing because I didn't feel pain. Something like that. Discover every mistake. I'm forced to try a new face. I don't know who I can be when you're not a part of me. So I guess that goes back to giving a big part of myself to a person I'm in a relationship with.
That's another one that has a really nice rhyme, like rhythm thing at the end. I don't know who I can be when you're not a part of me.
Yeah,
like,
it's weird phrasing.
Like it sort of like jumps around strangely, but in a really
Yeah,
cool
a
way.
part of me.
Yeah, a part of me.
Yeah.
So strange.
Trying to figure out what parts of me were actually me and what parts of me were for him. Because I think I tend to mimic. Like, I don't know. You know there's people that, like, you never know who they are because, like, they just always, like,
social
giving
chameleon.
Social chameleons, yeah. So I did that in, like, relationships. So I was, like, trying to detangle myself and figure out what I actually liked and what I didn't.
Even the way, like, you dress and stuff. Stylistically, you'll dress as what your boyfriend dresses.
Yes. Figuring yourself out. I feel like that line is something that people can relate to.
But even if you don't give too much, if you give, like, a healthy amount and you break up, like, there's still something that's gone.
A breakup is such a weird thing because it's, like, you have this moment and then just everything in your life changes. You have one discussion, really, and then everything changes. Friendship groups, like, it's a massive thing just to happen like that, you know? Yeah.
So aggressive with the clicking.
Sometimes I feel like I'm saying too many wrong answers. Yeah, I'm cycling backwards. It's just overreaction. I don't really know what that line means. I've kind of forgotten it.
I like cycling backwards because it feels like you're moving somewhere, but it's not forward.
Again, it feels like you've put so much effort into something just to
you
lose
lose
it
it.
all.
There's no reason to ever not celebrate, like, in any given relationship. Like, obviously it sucks and it's hard, but, like, no perfect relationship ends.
There's never been a point in my life where I've been sure about who I am and what I'm doing with my life. And, like, this year has been that I've had that certainty. Yeah, so please listen to our music or I will lose it.
Her mental health relies on you listening to the shit out of our songs.
I'm not even kidding, it does. But yeah, so that's kind of what the whole song's about. It's just a big mush of, like, all the different feelings that I was feeling going through this big change and this big breakup and, like, being numb and apathetic and not feeling anything. Is there anything you want to add? Like,
yeah, I definitely relate to it with my own, like, bad breakups and stuff. The main point of this is, like, it hurts so much, but it's always worth it. Sucks to go through stuff. It's great to have been through stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Go
Crushed
team.
it. I'm going home.
All right.
Just kidding, I live here.
I'm going home.
You're going home.
Ugh.